Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and I got a little bit of different content for you today. You guys all know I love to do reviews, and today we got a little bit of a special one. On my Instagram account at Gary B, the casual comic guy, I was contacted by Plastic Sword Press, who offered me an advance copy of the color guard for review. Um, Unbiased, of course. I accepted. And I'm pleased to say I really liked what I read. So I'm going to do like a standard review here. We're going to get into the details of my breakdowns without any spoilers, okay? So without further ado, today we are, and while this review is going, I'll put the book up over here, and I'll throw up a couple sample pages, which they have on their Kickstarter page, and I'll put links down below. And hopefully you guys check it out, and if you do, let them know Gary B sent you. All right, so the title of this is The Color Guard. We have a story by Ryan Little, art by Scott Mallon, and the colors by Fariza Kamaputra. Okay, Kickstarter launch is 1/12/2021, 55-page comic. Our main characters are Alyssa. She's a young high schooler, and she has a passion, and we're going to learn about that. Harold, who is the banner man, who you'll meet throughout the book, and her best friend Jared, who's got his own struggles of his own, just like all high schoolers. When I was contacted about this, what made me want to do this is a story about people making you feel ashamed for what you love. And as you all know, out in this community, there's people out there that will not accept that you like comics, that you read comics, or that they're a part of your daily life. So someone trying to make you feel shame is something we've all been through. And so I was instantly interested in this. And I'm going to start out by reading a bit of the synopsis that they have on their Kickstarter page, because it's their story, they worded it better than anybody else. I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but I'm going to read you a good little section of it. And it says, Standard Bearer, Color Guard. They have gone by many names for hundreds of years, but it has always been a great honor to carry their colors. That's why high schooler Alyssa spent her whole childhood looking forward to the day when she could join her high school's color guard. But there's just one problem. Apparently not everyone thinks being a flag bearer is as cool as Alyssa does. In fact, no one does. For the first time in her life, Alyssa is truly ashamed. Entering high school brings her to a crossroads. Does she give up on her flag twirling dreams because of her high school's reception? And then you can see the Kickstarter for more. And then we're going to get into my feelings on the book. And I'm going to give my own quick synopsis right now. And I got to tell you guys, I really enjoyed it. From the start, this is a story with heart that beats loudly in the excellent depiction of our main character, Alyssa. All around her, traditions are passing, and fitting in feels more important than being yourself. Alyssa sees dear friends trying to be an ideal of what they believe they need to be to fit in at the expense of who they really are. High school peer pressure is an ugly beast. Through the mystical banner man, Harold, Alyssa is discovering the strength within herself to be truly who she is without shame. The banner Alyssa holds is the physical representation of her own ownership of self. And it's a great symbol in the book. And I got my breakdown is follows as is normal for all my review breakdowns, following the same pattern. I'm going to give the cover an A+. It has clean art. It depicts the determination and doubt in all the characters' faces. You have Alyssa and her friend Jared on the cover, and Jared looks like he doesn't know what's going on with his life and where it's going, what he's going to do. He has doubt and confusion. And Alyssa looks determined and fierce, and that is represented well through the story and also on the cover. And great light and shadow play on the cover, as you can see over here. The cover is fantastic. I really liked it. And the interior art is great too. Same as the cover art, and it just fits really well. Tells the story clearly, fluidly. So we're going to give the story an A. It depicts well the characters' struggles between fitting in over being their true selves. Okay, it moves briskly, It reads clearly and it stays focused without distraction. The story knows what it is. It stays on that path and it keeps with our character, which is something I always appreciate. For the characterization, we're going to give an A+. The main character is established early and it never breaks from her established traits. The supporting characters, I'm going to give a B- to. So we have friends, teachers, and classmates are introduced but rarely given more depth besides best friend Jared. They exist to provide contrast to Alyssa's struggles, but by the first issue's conclusion, you're not sure if they'll have a bigger role. They are, however, key in helping our heroine establish who she wants to be. And I found that to be important. That balanced out them not delving deeper into the characters because they're there in service of the story, and the story is about Alyssa. So a B-, although some of the characters I did want to know a little bit more about. The villain, we're going to give a B-. Those shame, self-doubt, and the need to be accepted are clearly established struggles the first issue deals with. It is left a mystery by the first issue's conclusion who, what the tatters are, and that's part of the villains, or how they are and why they are coming to be. This, however, does feel intentional, but I did find myself wanting just a touch more explanation of them. And like I said, it felt intentional because I don't think by the end of the first 55 pages of this book that you were exactly supposed to know everything you needed to know about these characters. The first issue spent the majority of the time establishing the character of Alyssa, and that was really its strength, and that's exactly where it needed to be and exactly where it excelled. So we're going to give the story conclusion an A+. This story does what they all well-told stories do. It leaves you wanting more. I sincerely just wanted to continue flipping pages and spending time with Alyssa. The character is immediately endearing, and by the issue's end, I found myself firmly rooting for her and ready to continue on reading her journey. And the overall grade, I got to give an A. One of the big things with me, and any of you guys that have ever watched any review I've done, is I like the art to fit the story. And the art fit the story in this beautifully. The colors are vibrant. The dialogue is great. There's a bunch of humor and a bunch of seriousness. So it doesn't stay away from the heavy self-doubt and self-confident statements and just establishing who the character is. But the character has humor. The story has humor. And it interjects beautifully and well, but it's not distracting from the main theme either. And the art fit all of that beautifully. The art is pleasing and easy to look at, and this story reads quickly. 55 pages, and it felt like I read 10. Like it was done, and I flipped to read again, and there was no more, and I wanted more. And that is really the strength of this story. You really become endeared with Alyssa, the main character, and by the end of the first issue, you want more. You want to know where she's going, how she's gonna be. You're concerned for her journey and her well-being and her establishment of self, and it leaves you wanting to know more about the villains and, of course, the main themes of shame and not being afraid to be who you want to be and are, right? And that's always something that's a great tale in a community, especially like ours, where there's people out there that have always tried to shame people for reading comics. We all know what it's like. And, there's a bunch of us out there who have never been deterred, who had that strength of character. And then there's others that have had that struggle with it. And this story's great. There's no beating you over the head with the themes. It reads smooth. The characters read smooth. The characters interact greatly. And overall, I really enjoyed this, and I got to give it an A. Just a really solid debut for this story, and I'm definitely going to be looking for issue 2 when that comes out, and I'll definitely be back in this project. And I'll put the links down below, like I said, and I hope you guys check it out. They have a bunch of sample pages up on the Kickstarter page. Like I said, it launches on the 12th of 2021, so I believe that's Tuesday. And until next time, guys, keep it casual.